Welcome back to another episode of Stimulus Stalemate. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the current stimulus package and those second stimulus checks. Hey everyone, it's Matt. What's going on? Back for another video. Today is Friday, August 7th, and we're back with some more drama. I hope you're ready, because I am. All right, let's get into it. But hey, before we do, if you're not subscribed, if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. All right, perfect. Now that you're subscribed, let's get into it. So, yesterday, the Four, a couple days ago, we talked about these people. We called them the Fantastic Four. Yesterday, I called them the Failing Four. Now, today, I think I'm just going to go ahead and call them the WTF Four. Yeah, these people, if you're not sure who they are, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer on the Democratic side, and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin and White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. Those are the four. They had another meeting yesterday afternoon, a 3-hour meeting, and they emerged from behind the doors to meet with reporters to basically say, hey guys, check it out. We met for 3 hours and we did jack blank. You know what that means, fill in the blank. They basically did nothing. They had no resolution. However, one bright spot is they did announce that they are both in agreement and have come closer on the stimulus checks, those second round of stimulus checks, and the evictions. So this is great. Actually, what's nice about this is a couple days ago, actually, I believe it was last week, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin and Mark Meadows, both of those guys, proposed to Democrats, hey guys, we agree on a few of the different proposals within this package. Let's push those through because we agree. Let's push them through. Let's get them passed. And then we can focus our efforts on all these other parts of the bill that we don't agree on, which I'll hit on here in just a second. But unfortunately, Democrats, as in Nancy and Chuck, they shot it down immediately and said, no, we're not going to do a partial bill. We need a comprehensive package. So, if that would have been passed, if they would have agreed on that, we could have those stimulus checks on their way already. But unfortunately, it's not going to be sent through as partial bills, like little packages being sent through. It needs to be sent through as one comprehensive package, as stated by Nancy and her buddy Chuck. So you can thank them for why we haven't received our stimulus check yet. But no, seriously, I'm not taking sides on any of this, but the whole thing's kind of a mess. But anyway, let's get into it further. Actually, yesterday, what's also interesting is President Trump tweeted and said if there is not significant progress by Friday, which is today, Friday, August 7th, that he would be instructing his staff to start working on executive orders to move forward with the unemployment, evictions, student loans, and that payroll tax cut. Now, remember, that payroll tax cut was not included in the current stimulus package. However, if Trump goes forward with executive orders, he's going to move forward with what he wants. Even though it's not included in the current stimulus package, he's going to move forward with what he wants. So he wants a payroll tax cut. If he moves forward with executive orders, he's going to include it. So that's what he's talking about anyway. So we'll see if they make any progress today. It's still, from all the information I was looking and finding online, it looks like it's still up in the air if the WTF4 are going to be meeting today. So interesting stuff. Still a lot of drama. Right now, over the last week or so, both sides have been coming together basically after the meetings and saying, hey, we've been making a lot of progress. It's going in the right direction. But it seems like the last couple of days, they've just been basically bashing each other and just fighting. It seems like they haven't made any progress. So again, I'm not taking sides of any kind. I'm just basically saying they're just really having some issues here. But the major sticking points, like I just said a minute ago, is that unemployment, the federal kicker, that enhanced boost. That's the major sticking point, as well as funding for schools to reopen, as well as funding for state and local governments. So those are the major sticking points right now that's holding this whole thing up in the negotiation process. So we will see if anything transpires over the next few hours this afternoon. However, they are also saying if this package is passed, like for some reason, if they come up with an agreement and this package is passed, or I mean, if they come up with an agreement, it could take another week for this package to actually pass. So you know what that means. Let's just say today is August 7th, and let's say it passes in a week from now on August 14th. Well, guess what? That only leaves 2 weeks left of August. Well, what's the likelihood that the government, at the speed that they move, is going to push those payments out, those stimulus checks, in 2 weeks? Highly doubt it. So the likelihood of us getting those stimulus checks, which, a week ago looked pretty good. We could have been looking at them in late August. Well, with the time ticking away as it is, the likelihood of getting those checks here in August is probably unlikely to slim to probably not happening in August. So we're probably looking at September now. And who knows when it's in September. Depends on when this thing gets pushed through and passed. So as I said yesterday in the video, Congress has delayed their recess so that they can come back next week and continue working on this and negotiating this out. As for those unemployment benefits, those expired. That I should say, the federal enhanced kicker, the enhanced boost, has expired. So now anybody who is receiving unemployment benefits is just receiving those benefits from their state, which in most situations is not much money at all. A couple $100, few $100 at the most. It's not much. So what's interesting about that is if someone is collecting unemployment without that federal kicker now, if they implement that again, which they probably will, it'll take a little while for that to move into action and be implemented once again. But once it's implemented, it could take several weeks for all of those back payments, assuming that there's back payment from the time where it expired until the time when payments will pick up again. Assuming there's back payment, it could take several weeks once again for all that money to start hitting the accounts of people, as well as those stimulus checks. Again, like I said, it could be September until we see those at the absolute earliest at this point, based on how these negotiations are going and the speed at which they push things out. So I know it's a dire situation. I get it. It's tough. It's frustrating. But that's about the information that we have as of today. I'm not making fun of this unfortunate situation. I hope you recognize that. I'm not making fun of it, but rather I was trying to make it a little bit funny, just because you've got to be kidding me. They're still fighting over this, and unfortunately all the American people are basically at the mercy of Congress right now. I think it'd be very interesting to see if President Trump actually moves forward with executive orders over the next coming days, if nothing is pushed through today. If nothing happens today, it certainly would be very interesting to see if President Trump actually moves forward with his threats of executive orders. If so, I think it'd be kind of funny, because Congress might just be standing around scratching their head thinking, what the heck just happened? We just got kicked to the curb, and President Trump took leadership and just kind of moved forward on his own. Again, like I said in yesterday's video, there's still controversy whether he legally can or can't do all of this that he's talking about, but that's a discussion for a different day. But just something that's all being talked about right now. So hopefully we get some resolution later today of some kind, at least some kind of action, just moving forward, rather than basically them coming out each day after the meeting saying, yeah, we resolved nothing, we got nothing done today. So I'll keep watching. If we get any new information, I will certainly let you know. Otherwise, have a great afternoon. And I do have some videos that I'm debating whether I'm going to produce them or not, but they're kind of fun. I think you might enjoy them. If I do them, I'll probably release them in the next couple days or so, but still kind of some thoughts that I'm kind of bouncing around to see if I want to produce or not. But anyway, have a nice Friday, and I'll catch you either later today